Alright, what's up guys? My name is Slick Moth and I'm back again with another video, and in this one doing one that I've actually been requested to do a decent amount, surprisingly, seeing that my channel is focused on, more of the comic book video games and the movies to a degree as well, more so than just comic books, but I've been reviewing the comic books recently. You guys seem to enjoy those videos, so now I'm going to be showing off to you my comic book collection. Now, admittedly, this is not my collection, so in a way I guess you could say this video is misleading, but of course it would take entirely too long to show you like every comic book I have, and I don't want to be, I don't want to sound like that sounds pretentious if you put in your title like a few of my or some of my comic books. That's not the case. That I don't want to sound that way, but of course I've been reading comic books since I was, I've been 5 or 6 years old when I started reading, so a lot of my older comics that, first of all, I would just show them to you and you wouldn't recognize them, right? Because they're just 50-cent back issues from 2001 or things like that. So you'd just be like, okay, here's a comic book, Spider-Man from this or this or that. So, but the point is, if I show you this or this or this, hopefully they have more meaning to you. And all of these comic books here are more recent ones. You can see they're all going to be bag and boarded, because they're kind of newer, if not newer than just, kind of more modern, or you'll relate to them. Anyway, I picked out, these are the comics that I had underneath my bedstand right there. If you saw my my room tour right back there, that's where I had like all of these comics, and I just bought a lung box for them yesterday. So see, these are kind of the new comics that I bought in the last, I'd say like half a year or so, or plus. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. You can see I have some comics behind me. You can't really see it because of my microphone, but I've got some right there. So I think the way I'm going to do it is I've got them on my left table right here, if you know my room setup from my tour. I've got like half of them here, half of them behind me, so it's going to take a little bit of rearranging, but we've got time as far as I'm concerned. So we're just going to go get right into it. Now, these are not organized in any way. I tried to organize the ones in the back there because they were going into the long box, so they're separated by character back there. Anyway, you saw the first one, Justice League Rebirth #1. Really looking forward to how that series is going to go. And by the way, this is not like a speed thing. This isn't a race. I'm going to talk about some of the comics. Tomb Raider, and other ones I will not. There's Tomb Raider. Green Arrow, phenomenal DC Rebirth series. There's #1, or that's Rebirth. There's #1, and I love the Black Canary. This entire book to me is just a big middle finger to the show, which I don't watch. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's terrible, but Titans. Really looking forward to the rest of that series. And this is just some of the, a comic, just a random back issue I'll see for $2, and I'll just pick it up. Supergirl #40. It was good. Get it at your local comic shop. I've not read this yet. This is Justice League of America. Let's see, what is this? Is #3. This is #1. This is a $6 issue. And then this is #1 as well. So we're dealing with different series here. I should have known this. And then #2 as well. So there's 4 Justice League of America books. I've not read any of those yet. Darkseid War. This is actually a great single issue right there. That's Darkseid War #1, which is a lead into the New 52 book. Forever Evil. Phenomenal series. There's 1. There's 2. And then there is 3. So I don't have the complete series. I got all of these for $1 at Free Comic Book Day. But that's a phenomenal. It's focused on the villains of DC. I'm going to try to show you the covers a little bit more than I've been doing. So there's Lando. This is a Free Comic Book Day book for Marvel. Here's another Free Comic Book Day for Chewie. I don't buy Star Wars comics. I like Star Wars, but this right here, oh my gosh. This is The Amazing Spider-Man #1, Renew Your Vows by Dan Slott, who is somebody that actually consistently shits on Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. But this is one of the best Spider-Man comics I've ever read, and if not, one of the best I've read in a very long time. It's just so good. I can't explain. How much does it cost? It was $4, so that's a typical Marvel comic. It's nothing like, I guess, special other than its quality. There's nothing, it's not like an event comic book or anything like that. It's a #1, but so good, you have to read this. Now, this issue I've not actually read yet, The Amazing Spider-Man. This is number 18, and I've got 19 around here somewhere. I just bought that for $1 at Free Comic Book Day. Guardians Team Up. This issue wasn't that great, but it had Deadpool on it, so that's why I bought it. Yes, this is a very old issue. This is one of the, this is one of the back issues I was talking about that I wouldn't really show you in this video, that kind of snuck into my into this, long box right here, of what I'm showing you, and you can just see, I haven't read this for a while. Actually, I haven't read that for a while. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man once again. Lots of Spider-Man books in my, I've got to take this down. My desk is getting full, so let me put that down there. And go to the next one. Okay, so here's Captain Marvel #1. I've never read a Captain Marvel comic in my life. So this will be the first one I read, and I've not read it yet. Civil War #2. This is actually half Civil War 2. This was a free comic book day book. And then the other half is something else. It was a different character. I couldn't remember. But this was very short. It was like 8 pages long. But it was good. Something shocking happens. That seems to me like what they're doing with Civil War is they're just... Civil War 2, that is. Just doing like shocking events. Like this character dies. They're killing off a lot of characters in Civil War 2. Okay, here's The Amazing Spider-Man, just another Spider-Man book right there. I believe that was Doc Ock right there. Let's see, this is The Amazing Spider-Man number 19. You can see 18 down there, so I'll need to organize that later. Here's another Amazing Spider-Man. This does not actually have a board on it for whatever reason. So you can see there. Oh, this was a great issue. I remember reading this recently. I just reread this. Dr. Doom, of course, very, very good issue. I just remember that being very good. Captain America, I've not read this. This was the free comic book day one for Marvel. You can see my reflection in the what is this shit called? The things around I guess they call it bag and board. So this is a bag. It's not a very real bag, I guess. So this is a Fantastic Four and Black Panther team up. You can kind of see Black Panther. Again, let me turn down the brightness on my thing so you can see. To me, on my screen, it looks like this is really dark now. Maybe it's making I should leave it right here. I think I should Okay, so there's Black Panther. There you go. And Silver Surfer. Here's Swamp Thing #2. This is actually a great series. I only have issue 1 and 2, but this is really good. The thing about Swamp Thing books is that they're very atmospheric, and I guess just like the swamp and everything. I don't know. It's great. I love Swamp Thing, and especially in this new that was a New 52 kind of book there. Harley Quinn, this was a Loot Crate exclusive, and this was a very kind of fun book. It shows her, it's a little bit more of like a teen kind of vibe to this issue in particular, but it was very good. It was enjoyable. Swamp Thing #1, you can see there. Again, this is great. I really want to get this on. It's one of those things like you buy the first 2 or 3 issues and there's like 7, so you don't know to go to back issues and buy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or to wait for the the graphic novel. But the thing, or the I guess the graphic novel, right? I mean the volume of it, whatever. But the thing about it is you already have 2 issues, so it seems like a waste to buy a third of the volume is you already own. So I don't know. First world problems, I guess. There's Suicide Squad #1, free comic book day, DC Comics. DC had a surprisingly, I won't say bad, but like a non-existent kind of show at free comic book day. Whereas Marvel had, again, Chewie and Lando, and they had Civil War 2, and they had Captain America. DC pretty much only had this, and obviously a great choice to parallel the release of the film, but Justice League #15, just a random issue. Now, I've read a lot of this series. I actually realized I already own this issue, so I have this twice now, this exact issue. Because I read a lot of this is the New 52, Jeff Johns' Justice League run, and I've got a lot of the volumes back there as well. And Volume 1 of the New 52 Justice League is, in essence, it is basically Darkseid War and Justice League War, the animated film. Which I believe came out like a few years ago, which is a very good animated movie, highly underrated. People shit on it, but I like it. Okay, this is the DC Essential Graphic Novels. This is what DC sent in that little care package when I did the DC Fans Channel video, so not a graphic novel. But this is actually, as I mentioned, a great way to follow what to read in what order. So if you want to get into a character, you can, Batman, it'll take you Batman Year 1 to Long Halloween, and all the way down the line, Dark Victory, and all those kind of things. So this is interesting sort of this. Superman Unchained 1, 2, and 3. The thing about this is, hopefully you all can see the covers okay. I actually already own this. I own this in graphic novel form. If you remember, this is what DC sent me. I bought these for $1 a piece at Free Comic Book Day on the sale there. And it turned out that I didn't really need them, of course, because I have the graphic novel. Sorry, I'm turning my phone on so I can turn the brightness up. There we go. I probably should have done that earlier. Yes, okay, Spectrum. This is a Free Comic Day book. Don't know what the hell this is. Previews. I've gotten this like 7 times. This is just a DC Universe preview book. I'm interested to see. Let's see. I want to get a schedule. Where's the schedule of what we got here? So that's June. Where's July? Oh, we got to go all the way down here. Sorry, never mind. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. So that's all the books that I had on that shelf. Let's go ahead and put these down. And go, and I'm going to reach back here, so let me get these really quick. And this should be a good chunk to start with. So let's see what we've got, what we're working with right here. So, yet another free comic book day $1 back issue. This is Aquaman number 32. Very good issue, by the way. Just a random issue I pick up. Here's the money. Here's the money right here. The money shot. DC Universe Rebirth. Hopefully this will be worth money someday. What would you say this is? The comic book collectors. This is a 9.8, isn't it? Look at this. There's no creases. I did get this book at midnight when it came out, the very night it came out, and I got this DC poster. Hold on, I'll just show you. Hold up. I don't want to rip my headphones out of the thing there. Hold up. I got this. Pretty cool. I thought it was worth it. All right, let me put this back. And then also you can see in the mirror. See, Injustice 2. I need to find a place for that. All right, let me put this back. I don't know where to put those currently. If you know my room setup, I don't have much room for them. But here we are getting into the Batgirl back issues here. So these are in order by character. So I have quite a few Batgirl back issues. I have a lot of Batgirl graphic novels. I'm not showing you any of my graphic novels here, just comics, because it's a comic book display, or my comic book collection, which again I've already explained is not a truthful title because it's not my collection. Anyway, you get the point. This is going to be a long video. How long is this? 10 minutes. See, if I were to show you every single issue I have, I mean, that would take a long time. So here is Batgirl number 0. Now, this is the New 52 Gail Simone run. I believe this is actually written by Gail Simone. Yes, it is, Gail Simone. So I love this cover, and also this is I'm a completionist of the New 52 Batgirl. I love Gail Simone's run. Maybe my favorite comic book run of all time. Seriously, I love it. It's that good. So I've not read this. I'm a completionist when it comes to this. I have all of Batgirl on issues. I have it all in graphic novel form, and this is my favorite. I think this is probably my favorite cover of a comic book I've seen in a very long time. Not of all time. I've seen in a very long time. This was my iPhone wallpaper for a very long time. This is Batgirl number 2. In the background, there's a villain called Mirror, and he's kind of the antagonist. So the first 6 or 7 issues, the first arc of the New 52 Batgirl, and I just love the Batgirl kind of in Resigned there, holding her Batarang against, this is actually a grave, and she's hiding in a grave, and she's just kind of in Resigned from the Mirror. I just love that image so much, and the art is just beautiful in this, and yeah, so there's Batgirl number 2. I got it in the back issues, and because I didn't actually have Batgirl number 2. So this is Convergence Batgirl, which does not feature Barbara Gordon, which many of you know. Barbara Gordon is the Batgirl that I particularly like, but there's Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain in there, and I've not actually read this issue, so I got this for $1 at Free Comic Book Day as well. Batgirl's Future End. This features actually Lucius Fox's daughter as Batgirl. It doesn't feature her. This is Barbara Gordon here, but you've got Stephanie Brown, you have Cassandra Cain, and also again a shock to what some of you may not know of. Lucius Fox's daughter, and of course Lucius Fox's son is Nightwing. Wait, no, Batwing. Sorry, Batwing. Sorry. He's a pretty obscure character in my personal opinion, but he's in he's in Batman Bad Blood, I do believe. Yeah. So I had not read much of him. This is Batman Arkham Knight. This is one of the few Arkham comics I own. I do not own many because a lot of them aren't that great. I mean, they're not bad. Yeah, I haven't read a lot, to be fair, but I do have a few Arkham City graphic novels over there. But yeah, here's a Batman Arkham Knight Batgirl issue, and it's not that great. It's not that great, but it's okay. It's not terrible. It's just not amazing. Here is an amazing series. This is Oracle. This is 2009, I believe. Oracle and the Cure. It's kind of weird in a way. Like, it's very techy, I guess. It shows, like, the technological side, of course, of Barbara Gordon. This is after she's crippled here, and this is before she was brought back as Batgirl in 2011 with the New 52. So there's Oracle the Cure number 1, and here's Oracle the Cure number 2. This one's in like Tokyo or Japan or some shit like that. I don't have issue number 3, but I've read it online, so I'm going to collect issue 3 there. This is Batgirl Endgame, which is not a good Batgirl comic. It has no words in it. I didn't know this at the time. So this was actually quite expensive. This is like $6, so I kind of got scammed on it, and it was not a good issue. And it features the post-Simone Batgirl, which is, in the purple suit. I'm not a big fan of it. I always thought, why would Batgirl wear purple? Also, this is in 1960, so she wears black because she's just like Batman to me, so I don't know. I guess that's sexist to say that. Batman Rebirth. And actually, the Rebirth issue wasn't mind-blowing. But what was mind-blowing, Batman #1. One of my favorite Batman comics I've read in a very, very long time. Absolutely phenomenal. Batman #2, also quite good. So there's the Batman stuff in the New 52. This is Gotham #1. I believe this is actually supposed to correlate the television show in some way, but yeah. So it says this is Penguin, of course, here on the screen there. So there is Detective Comics. This actually features the Riddler, and it shows Batman outwitting the Riddler, which I love to see. I love whenever Batman kind of. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, but I love when Batman's kind of like a Mary Sue, as they would call, Ray, for example. I love seeing Batman OP. I don't know. I love seeing Batman on the odds of other people that may be smarter than him. Riddler, Enigma's not smarter than Batman, but he's certainly more inquisitive. I think he overthinks things more than Batman does, even though Batman's, of course, quite the planner. Battle for the Cowl, of course, an iconic series, moderately cheap as well on the back issues. I think I got these for $4, moderately, somewhat recently, maybe in the past few years. This is Batman, just a random Batman issue, Batman #4 annual. I don't even know what the hell this is from. It's by Tynion the Fourth. I don't know what this is, but I've not read that yet. Batman and Robin. This is the only Frank Miller Batman issue, the only Frank Miller thing that I own. I don't own anything from Frank Miller, and I bought this because this is a funny story that I was telling the Real Comic Gamer about months ago. He may not remember it. But I tweeted that I had this, and Dylan tweets me, of course, the Real Comic Gamer, an avid comic reader. He tweeted me, "Why'd you buy Batman and Robin? What the hell are you doing?" And then I responded, buy 5, get 1 free. That was the only reason. And that literally, I bought 5, I could get 1. I'm at the counter, he says, "Yo, you can get you a free comic book." And then I just literally ran over, first Batman comic I saw, Batman and Robin. I didn't realize that Frank Miller, I knew that Frank Miller, I just wasn't paying attention. I was just grabbing one. It's free comic book. And it's by Frank. And this is a fine issue. This series is fine. But, Frank Miller, he's not my Batman writer. Okay. So this interesting story here. This is actually, I'm pretty certain, is the first Batman comic book I ever read. This was, it says here, the first new solo Batman book since 1940. This was a reboot. It happened in 1989 with the Keaton film. And this is the first issue of it. It's quite different than you would think. Like, it's Batman in the Alps, and they show, it's a rehash of his origin, the bat through the window, which actually some of you may not know, but that was an iconic element of all Batman comic books. Probably, I would say pre-2000s, the bat flies through the glass, and he has a sort of epiphany kind of thing. Again, not common now as much, but, back then, like, every, Batman #1 presumably is basically going to start with something like this. This is really special to me. This is Batman The Dark Knight #1, featuring Mad Hatter, Penguin, and the Scarecrow. This is one of my favorite Batman issues I have ever read. It is to the point in which if you don't have it on back issue, or you need to go to your comic book store and look for a back issue and just buy this. If you buy one of the comic books that I have here, buy this one. And I love this so much because Batman's not in it. This picture, cover is misleading. It's intentionally misleading. And it eventually it shows Batman's genius in a way that I cannot even describe to you until you actually see it. It is remarkable. And it's just a genius idea for a comic to the point in which you can't even imagine that nobody's done it before. It's very eerie. Just kind of the mood is amazing. It's epic. It is so good. Batman Eternal. I own all the Batman, or like the first 6. On issue, and I have some graphic. This is a great series, by all means, a phenomenal series. Batman Eternal, a New 52, kind of comparable to like All-Star Batman today. You have the Batman run, and then you have another Batman book. All-Star Batman's being written by Scott Snyder, and this one was written by Scott Snyder, coincidentally enough. So Scott Snyder usually doesn't do like the Batman run. Of course, he did in the New 52, but here he did Batman Eternal. So let me put that off to the side. Let's look for these comic books back here. This is let me talk into the mic, Slick Moth. This is the last batch that I have. So hope you guys have enjoyed this, show of my comic book collection. Here is, we still got a few more to go here. So Batman Eternal #3. This is an awesome issue. I remember that one in particular. And Stephanie Brown is in this issue, and I just love this cover. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Batgirl, of course, and I'm trying to get it so that the glare isn't there. Batman just kicking the shit out of Batgirl. Again, this title, this is misleading. This doesn't actually happen. The fight lasts for like half a page, but the cover is awesome. This, like, it's one of those things where, like, if I were to make a comic wall, probably along the glass back there, like, this would be there. Just a lot of, like, that Batman book that I showed you with, Mad Hatter and that one I talked about and said how much I loved a little bit ago. Batman Eternal number 5. Batman Eternal number 6. So there's that. Batman and Robin Eternal. Okay. I don't think I've read this. No, I have. I've read this. Convergence Superman. The Convergence books, that's a whole nother thing. Here's Convergence Superman number 2. And this is a free comic book day from 2015 book that I got for $1. No, from 2013. I apologize, from 2013. So, if you notice, this is what WB and DC does. Like in 2013, Man of Steel came out, so they have Superman. And then at Free Comic Book Day in 2016, they have Suicide Squad. 2017, we can presume Wonder Woman, of course. So that's a smart way to market it and parallel with the film. This is Max Landis, Superman, American Alien. I was just kind of thinking about like movies that Max Landis has written. Overall, not the best. He did. Oh, what's that one movie? I'm forgetting the name of it now, where it's like that superhero in Seattle or whatever. That movie was okay, but Max Landis is also writing the new Power Rangers, which is not getting the best of reviews. But he's a good comic writer. American Alien's a great series. So now we're getting into Superman Rebirth. This is the Superman section of my of what I've got here to show you. This is number 2, and this is number 1. Not in order, as you can see, but I'll work about that later. This is Superman and Wonder Woman. So this is kind of like, basically the replacement of this in the new DC Rebirth is Trinity, which features Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, of course. So I think I'm going to prefer that even more than Superman and Wonder Woman. But this was a good series. Here's number 2 of this issue, and I love the covers for these. And even the new 52 Superman I like quite a bit. Even though the Rebirth Superman I think we can all identify with it a little bit more. Wonder Woman Rebirth. This series has been, probably my least favorite out of all the DC Rebirth series, but of course, least favorite comparably to Batman and Green Arrow, which are just amazing. And, this is a good book. I'm going to keep reading it. So, that's the great thing when you could say, like, a least favorite book of a title or a brand is still great, and you're still intending to read it. But the way the thing I don't like about it is how they alternate. So, if those of you aren't aware, they alternate. This will be, like, number 1. This is the current story that they're telling now, like the new Rebirth story, and this is her origin. So this is year 1, you can see, and you've got Steve Trevor, and you've got Wonder Woman. She meets him. He lands the plane on her. So the thing we know, this is the Wonder Woman solo movie right here. This is year 1. So if you want to get a good idea of what you're getting, there it is. Wonder Woman 36, once again, just a random back issue. I like doing this recently as well, just reading an issue, and that's I think sometimes it can be the greatest weakness of a comic book is you have to make sure that you can just read it on its own. You don't have to read number 35 or 37 to really enjoy it. I mean, just can you pick up a comic book and enjoy it? But at the same point, you have to service the people that have read the first 35, right? And if I feel as though I don't even have to read the series, then why would I? So that's the tough balance in comic books. You have to reward the people that have read 1 through 35, but you also have to reward me. I'm just gonna read number 36. What do you have to offer me? So something to think about if you ever get into writing comic books. So just my 2 cents. Flash Rebirth. This series has been phenomenal. Flash number 1. And then number 2. This cover really caught me off guard. The bright pink. It's like, yeah, they're really going for a fun vibe on that one. And we are towards the very end of our collection here. And this actually, I can't find the Aquaman Rebirth. I can't find Aquaman number 1. And this series has been really good, really underrated series as well. I mean, it's not been getting bad reviews, and people have been buying it. But this issue number 2, really blew me away. So that is what I have to show you today. Let's see, how long was this video? 25 minutes, 23, 37. You get the point. So hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And do you want to see more comic book stuff on the channel? I'd love to do it. Once again, I've always been into comic books since I was 5 or 6 years old. But admittedly, this year I'm really, really into it with the DC Rebirth and everything like that. And it's great to, in 2011 I wasn't reading comic books. Those of you know, I took a little bit of a break, like a 3 or 4 year break. Actually, in the height of when I was getting into superhero films, the Dark Knight through the Dark Knight Rises, kind of in that range. and that's when, you know, Iron Man and Avengers were coming out. I was loving the movies, just wasn't really reading the comic books. And so I kind of missed the beginning of the New 52, and then, you know, none of these series are really rebooting. Of course, they're going 1 to 52 in issues, thus the New 52. So, you know, it's really a challenge to try to catch up. At that point, you're buying volumes to try to get into the issues, and I did it, you know, in sporadic amounts. And as you've seen, I have a good amount of New 52 books, and I really enjoyed the New 52. I'm not one of those people that thought it was terrible or anything like that, but that is my you know, what my comic book collection showing for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you want to see me do more and show off some of more of my comic books, again, this is a lot of the more recent stuff that I feel as though you guys can see and say, oh yeah, I have that, or I know that, or, you know, I've read that online and things like that, rather than just showing you some Spider-Man from 2002. Here it is. The cover looks cool, right? So I felt like this would be the best way to do it. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you did. My name is Slick Moth, and we'll see you guys in the next one.